What's up, everybody? Welcome to System Crappers Live. I'm David Wilson, and we're back again with another Friday stream where my mouth is not cooperating as soon as I start the stream up. Yeah, so Friday stream, we're getting together as a community and talk about whatever topic I came up with for the week. Obviously, I can't even do the intro anymore because it's been so erratic. My ability to stream, my focus, my energy, my time these days, but it is what it is, and we're gonna get through it somehow. Let's see, who is Fade asking if they're in Asia? Edge Crusher, okay. All right, we'll let some people filter in here before I start saying hellos. It's been another busy week for me, but at least there was a feeling of completion, a sense of completion. A big thing I was working on at the new job has finally, at least the first phase has finally gotten done, so it feels good. It feels good to at least get something merged into the product, like kind of a big new feature, a big thing I'm doing. So that's cool. Maybe it'll give me some more time to like actually poke around with my computer and come up with ideas for streams, because I haven't really been doing anything else except for, you know, working and, you know, family stuff these days. So, but that's the way it is. Yeah, all kinds of other things like administrative tasks. I don't even want to go into it. It's boring and it's pitiful. Let's see. So, let's see what else is going on these days. God, not a whole lot, man. It just seems like all I ever hear about in the news anymore is like politics and AI. Anybody else feel like that? It's just politics and AI in the news, and we're not going to talk about really either of those things today, so we're not going to get into any of those kinds of discussions. Just saying that, you know, what I hear in the world are these two topics. So yeah, I'm a little bit unprepared for a typical stream, just because there's a lot of things going on. But we're going to try to do something that might be fun, something that I thought of at the last minute as usual. But a little bit different than usual, because we won't be like trying to set up a package in Emacs or configure something in Guix. We'll actually be trying to play a few different roguelike games that are actually packaged in Guix. And a couple of them are pretty classic, and the other one is actually released this year, which seems pretty cool. Seems like my kind of game. Haven't heard of it before, but we're gonna check it out a little bit later. But I don't know, it just seems like a fun thing to do on a Friday. You know, people come into the stream because they want to, you know, chat with the community and hang out. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna hang out and have some fun playing a couple of games, and also, like, if people have questions in general about anything, you know, Emacs, Guix, software development, you know, what kind of fish I caught this week in my imaginary fishing boat, I'll be happy to answer them. Let's see. I'll say hello to the folks that I've seen here so far. Hello to Fade, Edge Crusher, Niklaus, Benoit, Peter. Let's see. And over on the YouTube side, I see Benoit again, and I see Keejan Mayer. That's a cool name. Thank you all for being here so far. Let me see. So Keejan Mayer says, did not expect Emacs search to yield results. Hi, guy from the first Emacs tutorial I followed. As a Nix user, I'm scared of this opening another rabbit hole for me, referring to Guix. Guix is a rabbit hole. It's quite fun. Also, it can make you want to pull your hair out. There's people who are here in the stream right now who have installed and uninstalled Guix numerous times. It's just, you know, the way it goes. Geeks is a kind of thing where if you can get your workflow to work with Geeks, if you can find the tools, the set of tools that you like to use and stick with that, it's great. But if you need to do anything kind of off the beaten path, it can get more challenging. And the difficulty curve ramps up quite a lot to the point where, like, you want to package your own software or do more complicated system configurations, you kind of have to be dedicated to the idea of it before you'll stick with it. But I don't know. I've done it. I've been on Geeks primarily for almost 6 years, which is kind of scary to think about. But it's been great, though. I've tried to leave Geeks a couple times, maybe 3 times, and it didn't work. I always end up back on Geeks. That's just, I guess it's just the one for me. I don't know. Nix is cool. Nix is cool, but I like Scheme better as a language. And I also like difficulty. I like problems that require me to solve them because I don't have enough excitement in my life, apparently. I just need to have my computer constantly give me trouble so that it, you know, gives me some feeling of purpose and fulfillment. Anybody else feel like that? Probably just me. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Alternate Vid. Nice to see you. Peter says, Geeks DS charged. Yes. Alternate Vet said, poor Trev's soul. What about Trev? Because he installed Geeks and uninstalled it? Benoit says, I'm on Arch now, by the way. So you got out from Nix completely also? Why? What happened? Let's see. Ashra says, hey, Ashra says, with or without Geeks as an additional package manager. Benoit says, without, if I do use shells, probably going to stick with Nix shell. Leftpad says, I like problems, quoting me. Well, obviously, points to battery draining in a laptop. Well, today I don't have a battery in the laptop. Did I tell you about that? Maybe I forgot to mention that. Like 3 weeks ago, I was using my Framework 13 laptop, and I looked over at it, and I noticed that the flat part where you put your hands when you type, whatever you call that, the body, the chassis, was raising, and it was separated. And obviously what that means is the battery is swelling. So I had to take the battery out. I haven't gotten sent back in for replacement yet, but I should. But yeah, right now I'm running my Geeks laptop without a battery, plugged in all the time, which is fine. I think I did talk about this, actually. Spicy pillow, that's right. It's a little bit dangerous to continue using a laptop with a swelling battery in it. I didn't want it to blow up and, you know, burn my house down, so I had to take it out. It's okay, though. Alternate Vet says, Trev got sucked back into the Geeks hole. Well, he didn't tell me, but I guess I haven't been in the chat so much, so he probably would have told me. He probably tried to tell me, I didn't see it. Where is Trev? Somebody needs to get Trev in here. Excuse me, I mean Treve. Benoit says, it's all part of my quest to stop wasting time on my OS. Yeah, I know, right? The thing is, I have stopped wasting time on Geeks. And I have stopped wasting time on Emacs as well. Because I've spent enough time on them over the years that I've kind of like reached a stable point where I don't need to spend so much time on them anymore. Which is a good thing for the most part. Because it just continues to work. A little bit boring. Yeah, I know. I saw that alternate vet. He was crying for my attention. That poor guy. Leftpad says, because you switched to Ed finally. I haven't abandoned anyone, okay? I've been busy. And also, I keep forgetting to turn on my XMPP client on my laptop, so I'm never on the chat. I'm signed into the chat. I'm just not seeing the chat unless somebody mentions me, then it comes to my phone. Ed is a roguelite? Like, maybe. Is it really? I guess you could say that. I mean, you're kind of bumbling around in the dark, and there are ASCII characters that are coming to eat you, so maybe it is kind of like a roguelike. An original roguelike. Not like the newfangled one. Ashra says, what's up with the bullet point before the Nix? That is a feature for the upcoming new chat integration that has not been completed yet because I haven't had time. But the idea is that we will have messages from YouTube, Twitch, and IRC all together on the screen, and the color of the dot indicates which platform it comes from. So yes, what about your job, scopy? You will get to take a vacation, a very nice long vacation, scopy. I don't want you to have to continue doing what you're doing just because I'm too lazy to fix the chat. This economy, yes, I know, right? AI is taking your job because AI is writing the code to do this. Whenever I actually get back to it again, AI is literally taking scopy's job. Yes, scopy is still alive. Ashra has just been busy. I mean, am I supposed to say it's Ashraz? Maybe, maybe not. scopy is still alive. I haven't been streaming consistently, so why would Ashraz have a reason to try to come here and help me if I'm not streaming all the time? I've been a bad YouTuber. Who's this Ashraz you're talking about? I don't know. I've heard the name before, but maybe it was somewhere else. So let's see, what else is going on? Left pad tells scopy, which this is starting to get really confusing. Someone who's annoying and not important. Yes, someone with 3 IRC nicks who is, well, staging conversations, let's say. All right, let me get over to the other machine with my trusty keyboard. Go to the right keyboard screen thing. Yes, there you are. Okay. Projects, sites, systemcrappers.net, content, live streams. Live streams. Type it. There you go. Hey, Lord Devi. Lord Devi says, I heard that Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is supposed to be one of the best roguelikes. Haven't dived into it myself. Yeah, I haven't really played it either, but we're going to take a look at it for a moment. All right, so September 26th. I'm just going to steal the top of the show notes here and get that started. You're just going to get to see the magic happen here. By magic, I mean me being lazy and waiting until the very last minute to do everything. October 3rd, 2025. All right. Hey. All right, so this is going to be playing. And this is 3. Whoops, man. You think I don't type all day, but I do. Doesn't look like it. One of these days, we'll have a stream automating my streaming process so that I don't have to stream at all. That'd be great, actually. Let me just let AI take over and do all of my job, which is not very difficult because all I do is just ramble the whole time anyway. What would we play first? Dead Cells? No, that game's too hard. Just kidding. All right. So, news. There is an interesting news item today. And this is not... it's been out for about a week. This is the first time I saw it, though. Steve George was posting about this on Fediverse earlier today. There's a fundraising campaign to sustain GNU Guix. So if you didn't know, GNU Guix is a project that a lot of people use, regardless of whether you think Guix is popular or not. There's quite a lot of people using it. There are servers and infrastructure that facilitate you to install packages. Mainly that, and also to build the packages, like all the CI setup that does the package builds that gives you the substitutes, the binaries that you download for your packages so you don't have to build them yourself. All that stuff kind of costs money because they have servers and bandwidth and whatnot that need to be paid for so that it facilitates the Guix ecosystem. So the Guix project is launching a fundraising campaign to sustain and strengthen GNU Guix. Guix is completely independent from any company or institution. They rely on the support from the community to fund the project. So please help sustain Guix by making a donation. So I haven't read this fully yet, so I don't really know what they're going to say, but we'll take a look at it right now and see sort of what else they say about it. Yes, so running a project is expensive. They incur costs for development infrastructure, developer collaboration, blah, blah, blah. I mean, a lot of stuff is kind of free to use. Like, you know, they use Codeberg now for development, which is great, but I think really is the CI servers and the storage and all the things like that that end up being expensive. Each package that's added to the distribution increases the number of builds, and as more people use Guix, the cost of delivering these packages also grows. Makes sense. To be sustainable, we need to match our expenses with our incoming donations to give the project certainty there won't be a sudden funding shortfall. Currently, shortfalls happen. Even individual volunteers have had to step in and fund services from their own pockets. That's risky and unsustainable. Yeah, I mean, basically, imagine one day the servers that host Geek Substitutes go offline because they can't afford to run them anymore. Then you're going to be building all your packages yourself if you want new software. Think about the ecological impact, you know, the power usage of everybody having to build Firefox for 3 days straight before they can use it on their system. I don't think that's going to work out very well, is it? So to achieve their goal, they need 15,000 euro of donations per year, which sounds like a lot. Excuse me, but it's reasonable considering that, you know, there's so much, you know, bandwidth and computing power that are being used for serving this to the community. So to be sustainable, recurring donations are critical because they provide a regular stream of income that can pay for ongoing shared resources that we all use. For example, to have a better build farm, we need more hosting and bandwidth, which is a recurring cost. So is the goal achievable? It's a big goal, but it's only $12.50 a month. So if 125 people contribute $10 a month, that would get us to the target and make all the difference. So basically, if you want to help the Geeks project continue to grow, and not just be where it is today, to actually grow and to support more users and to support, you know, different architectures, you know, I guess you built binaries for different architectures and things of that nature, then basically you should, LeftBet says, be an example, do a 10 euro subscription right now live. I'll have to check with my accountant first before I do that. I am going to do it though. I'm just joking around, but not right now. I'm not going to put my credit card number in front of everybody on the stream, but I will do it. Let's see. We'll get us to the target and make all the difference. Let's see. With more support, we'll be able to do things like improve the overall resilience of the infrastructure so that services are more reliable, do more to increase the substitute infrastructure's bandwidth and distribution, and tell more people about Geeks by attending events, organizing user sprints, and conferences. You can donate either through the Free Software Foundation or the Geeks Foundation using a variety of payment methods. And if you haven't heard of the Geeks Foundation, it's an EU-based nonprofit that's dedicated to supporting the development and promotion of geeks. It's a members-driven association. I was a member of it for a while, and then I let my membership lapse because I forgot to pay the membership dues. But it's a cool place, and you can also join the meetings that they have, talk about sort of the direction of the Geeks project and promotion of the Geeks project, et cetera, et cetera. The website looks a lot better now than it used to. Steve's the president now. Cool, great. So yes, every donation helps. Check out the donation page. Go click donate now there, and you can go donate. I would say I would personally donate through the Geeks Foundation. If it were me, because it goes directly to the Geeks project. I think if you donate through the FSF, it goes to an account in the FSF, and the Geeks project folks have to like ask for a reimbursement or something from them. So it's like an extra step. So I think it's better to use the Geeks Foundation. Dave says that I was told that for North American folks that Stripe is the best way to donate. They take the smallest cut of the donation. That's a good point. I haven't tried to use Open Collective before, but they do take a cut. So donate via Stripe if you would prefer. Also, they're looking for donations of hardware and hosting. So if you want to help by donating in like old machines, like if you got a server sitting around that could be useful for doing builds, or if it's like a particular architecture, you can definitely donate hardware to them. And also you could probably host things for them too if you wanted to pay for it. Ashra says, does anyone else have occasional broken sound? Let me know if you have broken sound. Fate says, I would donate to update the GNU code hosting infrastructure. Savannah is a mess. Well, at least for Geeks, that's kind of a thing of the past now, because Geeks is on Codeberg. Geeks. If you go to Codeberg/Geeks/Geeks, this is where the development is being done now. And you can see there's already 343 pull requests because people are actually collaborating on Geeks on Codeberg now. So at least for Geeks, it's not necessary to deal with Savannah anymore, which is good. Oscar says it's only like 3 seconds, but it was like twice in 8 minutes. And Peter says, I just had a few stutters. Great. Wonderful. Edge Scratcher says, I don't think my old Core 2 quads would be useful to donate. Probably not. Fade says, I've been forced into using the GitHub Emacs code mirror lately. Yeah, probably necessary, unfortunately. So that's that. Ashra says, what kind of roguelikes are we looking for? I've got 3 that I've got in mind already. We'll get started on those in a moment. So I'll take a look. Oh, sorry, I'll copy this over here. The Geeks project needs funding support. Okay. Any other news that people know of this week? Anything that happened in the general system crafting space, Emacs, Geeks, Linux, etc., that would be useful? Lord Devi says, audio issues were also on my end. Very intermittent, not very bothering. Is it the microphone only, or is it the music also? Could be the microphone. Ashra says, I 100% Silksong. Did you? Because I heard that it's extremely hard, so I don't know if I believe you. I did see. I didn't actually see it. What music Edge Crusher says? Maybe the volume's too low. Someone beat Silksong with an electronic saxophone that they are using as a controller. So they're literally blowing it into a saxophone, electronic saxophone, and using the buttons to jump and fight. Alternate Vet says that he also did 100% on Silksong. I haven't played it yet. Lord David says, I don't hear any music. All right, so I wonder, because I can hear it, but clearly you can't. So it must be super low. I'm trying to think of how I can fix that without totally breaking everything. But yeah, I see the desktop audio meter looks quite low on this side. Really quiet. Okay. Yeah, I don't want it to be too loud, so probably better if it's quiet. All right, any other news aside from people want to? Yeah, saxophone controller must be great to be a neighbor. Let's see. 100% Silksong saxophone. Hero 100% beats Silksong using a saxophone as a gamepad. Says it's not even the hardest game he's saxed. That sounds terrible. Yeah, so he's using like one of these electronic wind instrument devices. Dr. Doot, the guy famous for beating heart video games with a saxophone. You know, that's a way to get people to pay attention. Leftbat says, we devolved into another reaction stream. No, you brought it up. All you brought this game up. I'm just like showing you something that I saw on the internet today, okay? Is there a video? You probably can't hear this at all. Yeah, I don't think you can hear that at all. Anyway, I'm not going to try to bother playing that. That's funny, though. That's pretty funny. You got to admit, people go to great lengths to do silly things to capture attention on the internet. Like me. Basically, blogging myself by installing weird distributions of Linux and, you know, sticking with them. Some that I didn't, though, like Gentoo. I gave up pretty fast on that one. Ashra says, now I want to play Silksong on an accordion. All right, Weird Al. Weird Ashraz. I don't know. You're not weird. I mean, I'm just saying. That would be pretty funny, though, if you could play it on an accordion. There's too many buttons, I think. Maybe you would be kind of cheating if you had wired up an accordion to play video games because you'd have buttons for pretty much any action if you had button macros and things. Peter says people go through great lengths to keep practicing their instrument. Well, that's true. Benoit says Gentoo configuration is great. Got tired of trying to warm the room. Yes. Gentoo just takes too long to build things. I know there's binaries for Gentoo also, but you know, back in the day, it took a while. All right, so let's get into it. So playing roguelikes in Geeks. We're going to check out 3. Nethack, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, and another one called, what's it called? What did I see it? Harmonist, which is quite new. We'll see if it's any fun. Fade says, I like Gen 2. It still calls to me from time to time. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like, every once in a while I think about it, but I think it's less and less. I think about Gen 2 and Slackware and other kind of weird distributions less and less. I guess Gen 2 is not that weird, but it's pretty particular, I think. Slackware is kind of weird. I guess maybe I'm just getting old, and I don't really feel like fooling around with things too much anymore. Hey, Big Edie. Big Edie said, Gen 2 and Slackware was my life from like 01 to 05. Yeah. Slackware I was using in like 97, 98 maybe. And then, what did I use after that? Probably Mandrake Linux, which is awful to say. But it was easier for a while. What else did I use? Red Hat or Fedora. Back when Fedora Core came out, I was using that for a while. And then eventually Gentoo. And then Ubuntu. And then Arch Linux. And then Manjaro. And then Guix, I think. There's probably other ones along the way there that I'm forgetting. That's kind of the progression, I think. There were some years in the middle where I didn't use Linux at all. Bade says, when x86-64 was released, Gen 2 had the only working port, so I used it. Bootstrapping from stage 2 was an extremely lengthy process, yeah. Even for a very fast for the time computer. Days and days, yep. Ostro says, I think the last tile-based roguelike I played was Dwarf Fortress's Adventure Mode. Great experience. Accidentally turned into a vampire and got beheaded later on. Yeah, that kind of emergent storytelling is really what Dwarf Fortress in particular is great at. In Minas Mazer. It's definitely good at that. Nethack also is good at that, but it is quite a lot more inscrutable. And we're going to see that in full Technicolor here in a moment. It'd be cool if we could play this inside of Emacs, but I'm not going to try that. I'm going to play it inside of Foot. Ashra said, I met Tarn Adams at a convention. Great guy. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. There was a no-clip documentary about Dwarf Fortress. I think I watched part of it. Didn't finish it, but it's cool, man. I like their story. I'm always kind of enchanted by the stories of small indie game developers that, you know, find success, like id Software. That's probably my favorite indie game development story. But, you know, it's cool hearing about the Adams brothers and their work on Dwarf Fortress over the years. All right. So, Ashra says, yeah, the no clip starts with my favorite game logic fault about drunken cats. See, there's a lot of funny things that go on in there. Let's see if this works. Fade says it's nice that they could get by full-time working on their game now. Apparently, the new graphical front end of Dwarf Fortress was so overwhelmingly successful that it really kind of like changed their life, which is cool. Big Edie says, whatever you think about Lex Friedman, I really love Carmack's 5-ish hour interview with him from a while back. Very inspirational. Yeah, dude. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I will listen to John Carmack talk about pretty much anything. That dude is super smart. And one thing I've noticed is that he has a tendency to say in there and on there a lot. It's just kind of like his filler words that he likes to say. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. He did a Joe Rogan interview. Not that I watched Joe Rogan, but I saw that he was on Joe Rogan, so I wanted to watch John Carmack talk. Like 4 years ago, something like that. I watched that. That was good. Lord Devi says, I'm obsessed with the idea of picking up Scheme Lisp to do some game dev, world building. Life is too busy for me to get to that though. but I think about it every day. Yeah, it's fun. That's actually how I got into writing Scheme like in a serious way, because it was the year that COVID lockdown started. Dave says you can pick up Scheme in about an hour. It's a very small language. Problem is, though, understanding the patterns you should use to write code. Because if you're used to other languages that have a lot of data structures built in, like, you know, dictionaries or, well, kind of basically dictionaries or maps and other things, you kind of have to do, or a lot of looping patterns and stuff like that. You kind of have to do things on your own. So that ends up being challenging. I learned that pretty much in depth by doing some game development back in 2020, when COVID happened. So I started on a couple of game development projects using Gambit Scheme. I found it to be quite fun. Scheme loop syntax is a little deranged. No, it makes perfect sense. The Scheme loop syntax makes perfect sense because it's syntactic sugar over a lambda function that gets bound to a symbol, and that symbol is available in the scope of the lambda function itself, and it can call itself recursively. So it actually makes perfect sense. It's just a little bit more of a pain to write those kinds of functions. Scheme has the book on design patterns, though. Which one is that? It's probably the newer one you're thinking of, unless you're talking about structure and interpretation of computer programs, which I still haven't read all the way through. Benoit says it sounds like what Clojure did too. Clojure gave a lot more stuff in the box, which makes it a language that is, I would say, a lot easier to write concise programs with. Scheme, I find, is not an easy language to write concise programs with unless you do a lot of work to build your own abstractions, or you pick a Scheme implementation that has a lot of good stuff in it. Benoit says, talking about the loop construct. Yeah, they also have the recur thing that kind of works like that, I think. So, yeah, Scheme's fun for game development, that's for sure. We should do some more of that sometime soon. I think that, when is it, Dave, that the next Game Jam's happening? Autumn Lisp Game Jam 2025. It's the end of this month. So October 31st. I should probably put that in the show notes. Let me jump back over here. The Autumn Lisp Game Jam starts on October 31st on Halloween at 6 a.m. Thank you, Dave. Starts on October 31st. Yes, will I do it? I don't know. What language would I use? I don't know. I had a lot of fun writing Janet recently, but I feel like I kind of need to continue on with the path with Scheme and see where things are with Hoot, etc. At this point. Always a possibility of using Guile, just plain Guile, but we'll see. Halloween Jam, indeed. So yes, as usual, it's a recurring game jam taking place for a full 10 days. After the jam is finished, 7 days are given to everyone to try out the submissions and vote for their favorites. You can use any dialect of Lisp, even one you wrote yourself, etc., etc. Just read the rules. It's pretty straightforward. We've done it a few times on the channel here and on Flux Harmonic. Had a lot of fun, you know, always fun. Dave says, working on the next Hoot release before the jam starts. I would love to hear what's coming up in Hoot. Big Edie says, sounds like a Mesh game. And LeftPad says, I heard great things about Mesh. Yeah, I wish I could continue working on that. But honestly, it's a lot of work making your own compiler and runtime and tooling and everything. And I haven't worked on that project probably in 2 years now. Let's see. How long ago was it that I worked on the project? Mesh. Let's see. Is it going to get me there? Nope. There it is. All right, so 2 years ago was the last commit. Then I had a pull request open for bootstrapping. That was also 2 years ago. So it's been a while. This was, 2 years ago. Probably, it was in the summer. I was on vacation and I was working on garbage collection. Hi, Alejandro. Alejandro says, I love SICP, beginning my programmer journey with it. Your Emacs guides have been super helpful. Glad to hear that. Dave says that right now I'm working on accumulated paper cut type things, trying to smooth some rough edges and fix bugs. Thank you for reminding me, Fade. Is it up? Does it work? Okay. I won't put it in yet. So anyway, Fade and Glenneth have both been working on a radio station with what they call asteroid music, which is basically like, is it like ambient music, basically? Music that's good for programming. Fade says it's not up yet. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me know when that happens. Music for hackers. I love that. Where is my mouse cursor? Where is my mouse cursor? There it is, finally. All right. So, let's get back to it. I've got Nethack started up here. It looks kind of, boring so far. Shall I pick character's race, role, gender, and alignment for you? I don't know. No, let's just let me, pick it myself. So, what are we going to be here today, people? I need input, all right? So, for those of you who don't know, Nethack is a classic game in the history of roguelikes. Do I want to explain what roguelikes are? Let's just look it up. Wikipedia. Rogue game. In Rogue, players control a character as they explore several levels of, well, where do they go? Of a dungeon seeking the Amulet of Yendor, located in the dungeon's lowest level. So it's basically a dungeon crawler where you're going lower and lower and lower and finding more and more scary and dangerous things to eventually reach the end where you find the Amulet of Yendor. Okay, that's the original game Rogue. And it looks a lot like this. It has procedurally generated dungeons, which is one of the common facets of a roguelike game. You have a procedurally generated world, which makes it so that every time you play through it, it's a bit different. And also the items that you find are different. The monsters that you encounter are different. A lot of different scenarios. It basically enables you to have a different experience and story effectively every time that you play it. So this is like the really, really early look of what a game like this is like. And basically you see, a variety of rooms that are connected by corridors, and the different ASCII characters on the screen are representative of different objects or entities in the world. The @ symbol is the character itself, I think, and that's what you control by walking around in the world, and then you basically bump into things to pick them up or interact with them or kill them. So Nethack is another game in this lineage. Let's see. Is it going to link me to it? Wikipedia Nethack. Pretty much everybody's heard about Nethack. I'm just making sure, okay? Just making sure. It's an open source single player roguelike video game, first released in 1987, but I think it's still being developed, isn't it? Okay, 2 years ago there was a release in 2023, but it has been developed for 38 years, which is kind of insane, think about. Almost as long as Emacs. It seems a little bit more sophisticated than Rogue. And it's quite beloved in the, I guess, hacker community. And, to some degree, the gamer community, because it's formed the foundation of a lot of games that came after, especially this wave of roguelike games. What else do they call them? Metroidvania games that are roguelikes. Anyway. It's a very influential game, and there's a lot of games that are sort of based off of it and Rogue, respectively. So we're going to be playing this game first, and then we'll go play a couple other games as well. Dave says, if anyone would like to make a roguelike for the Lisp Game Jam, perhaps you'd be interested in using Hoot. Here's how. Yes, definitely. Let's see. Check out. Did I put that link in? All right. Let's go to the community page. Making a roguelike would be a very cool thing to do, I think. And I believe... Let's see. Anyway, let me just copy this as well. Man, something about this keyboard. The left-click button stops working. And I have to press it really hard to get it to wake up and then start working again. And it's really irritating me. Levin says, Roguelike Celebration mentioned they have a very nice conference next week. Really? Never heard of that. Roguelike Celebration. Wow, how about that? October 25th, 26th, celebration of roguelike games. Well, let's just copy that too, because why not? October what? 25th. All right, cool. Oscar says, do you mean roguelites? Games that have permanent bonuses. Those are also an interesting variation. I kind of like the design of Dead Cells. I didn't play it a whole lot, but I liked it a lot, the way that the mechanics worked in that one. I guess you could say that the Dark Souls games are kind of like, well, not really. Maybe they're more like permadeath type games in a way. Not really roguelikes. Not quite next week, no. I can't keep track of what day it is anymore. What else did Levin say? Levin said, did you have a chance to play around with UXN Varvara stuff? I have done it a little bit in my free time. I think I tried it once before. I loaded up some of the carts for UXN on a stream once, but I don't know how far we made it with that. It was cool, though. I like the idea a lot. Lord Devi says, I would go either Barbarian or Ranger. Typically, in most roguelikes, a range class is a bit easier, but melee specialist can also be a bit easier to grasp. Yeah, I think I was thinking about going for a Barbarian just because it seems like I would be able to bash some things. It would be nice. Levin says, usually if I'm not familiar with the game, I try to finish my first run with a straightforward class. Barbarian sounds good. Must have a lot of vitality. Yep. Racket Con is tomorrow. Wow. A lot of things happening. Nakatani says, Dark Souls, you just lose your souls. Ashra says, permadeath indicates you have to completely start from scratch. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, fine. Let's get the snippety on the terminology here. Doesn't have permadeath. It has permanent loss of inventory, but not of progression. Bosses that you kill stay dead, don't they? I guess. Do they? I know they do. Many bosses may not. All right, so back into Nethack. We'll pick Barbarian. So I'm going to pick B here. Pick a race or species. I guess I'll just pick human. I almost said Hork. I'll pick male. I'm going to pick chaotic. Why not? All right, David Will, chaotic male human barbarian. That definitely sounds like me. Ashra says, play tourist, be two flower. Where is that from? All right, let's start the game. As written in the Book of Set, after the creation, the cruel god Moloch rebelled against the authority of Marduk the creator. Moloch stole from Marduk the most powerful of all the artifacts of the gods, the amulet of Yendor, and he hid it in the dark cavities of Gehenna, the underworld where he now lurks and bides his time. Your god Set seeks to possess the amulet and with it to gain a deserved ascendance over the other gods. You, a newly trained plunderer, have been heralded from birth as the instrument of Set. Isn't Set like the devil? You are destined to recover the amulet for your deity or die in the attempt. Your hour of destiny has come. For the sake of us all, go bravely with Set. And here we are. We are in a room. There is a K, there's a $sign, and an F. What are they? What about question mark? Does question mark tell me? Okay, here we go. Select one item about Nethack, long description of game and commands, list of game commands, E, info on a character in the game display. / something on the map. Move cursor to an unknown object. Doorway. Let me use my arrow keys. Whoa, hold on. Don't do that. I need to get my key bindings down correctly. What are the arrow keys? List of game commands. There we are. So HJKL is Vim keys. All right. HJKL. There's Y and U. I can't even read my damn keys on the keyboard. I am from. Hold on. All right. HJKL. YU. and then B and N. All right, fine. So you can move diagonally, which is important to know in the game. Isn't it usually bound to numpad? Well, I have a 60% keyboard, so I don't have a numpad. Okay, so then if I press slash again, tame kitten, all right? Some gold pieces. If I go down, I have to remember Vim keys now. Kobold, okay, so I guess that's an enemy. And then we got some gold pieces, so I probably want to go there, right? So I'm gonna go up, grab some money. I got 5 gold, all right. The kitten I don't want to hurt is following me around a little bit. If I bump into something, I'm gonna start bashing it. The kitten misses the kobold. The kitten misses the kobold. I think the kitten is trying to protect me here. May want to disable auto loot. So I'm gonna move in the direction of the kobold, and I'll just smash it to pieces, apparently, because I'm a barbarian, and that's the way things work. How do I disable auto loot? So I'll see if I can go in the door. How do you go into... Run in direction until something interesting is seen. Okay, so it's the angle brackets. Still climb? Yes, I'm going down. Wait, hold on. No, because I think there's a door here, isn't it? Let's go to this side. Boom. What is that? Corridor. Okay, fine. I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, there's an F here. What's the F? Another kitten? The kitten just sort of showed up here, apparently. You swap places with your kitten? Good. All right. I don't want to hurt my kitten. We're cat-friendly in this channel. All right, so there's a D here. What's the D? A jackal. Okay, and what is the other thing here? An open door. All right, fine. Come here, jackal. It bit me. Great. I think I'm going to end up... Okay, good. I got a jackal corpse. I'm going to end up getting some kind of disease from that. I can already tell. We're heading down the corridor here. It loops back over to the room we were in. Can everybody kind of tell what's happening here when I'm moving around? All right, we're in another room now. There's another kobold. Oh, it's a jackal? Why is it changing the keys? Am I not, like, bumping into it right now? Okay, I killed it that time. You have a little trouble lifting a jackal corpse. Your movements are slow because of your load. All right, let me try to get rid of that. All right, cool. I got 3 gold pieces. Now, K, list of menu control keys. All right, fine. Those stairs you're about to climb, those are the dungeon's exit. You almost immediately quit the game. Well, that's the kind of thing I would do, all right? Let's see, what else? How do I drop things from my inventory? Okay, I for inventory. List your inventory. D for drop. Drop an object. Got it. So if I press D... All right, I have gold pieces. I have a battle axe and a short sword. An uncursed ring mail. Good. And 2 jackal corpses. Let's get rid of those jackal corpses. What if I press DE? Whoops. No, I don't want to drop that. E. All right, there we go. Thank you, Ashraz. All right, so let's move to the side here. We're just going to keep cruising. See what we find. Uh-oh, what's this red thing? That's an orc corpse. OF return. Capital O. Ah, options. F. Return. Okay, so that seems to do it, I guess. Oh, we're having to like walk around the room here, apparently. Uh-oh, there's a door here. Can I bash it? I broke it open. Newt! Oh, there's a white potion. Okay. Uh-oh. The newt. Okay, the kitten killed the newt. That's nice. Thank you. Dead hallway. There's a boulder there. Okay, fine. Dead end. So what if I go diagonally? There we go. Little diagonal move. Wait. You may also be able to search. How? Period. Doesn't really seem to do anything. Are you crafting an SSH key? It does look like that, doesn't it, Arno? All right, let's see. C for game commands. What does game commands? Let's see. Search S. S does nothing there. You have no ammunition. No. Okay, nothing there either. Cool. Well, let's just keep on moving. There's a door up here too. What's this F? Lichen. All right. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Is that a bow? What is that? Fountain. And then a spell book. Vellum spell book. All right, I think the auto pickup is now turned off. So what do I do to pick things up now? Drop. Pick up, comma. Pick up all that you can carry. You could drink the water. I see. So what do I use to drink? Should I drink it? Quaff. Q for quaff, because that's obviously the word that one would use. Drink from the fountain. Yes. The cool draught refreshes you. The fountain dries up. All right, good. That's a newt. Get out of here. A cyan potion. I'm going to take that. Let me go grab this white one too. I don't know what that does. So is that a... it's an altar. How can you pray at an altar? I'm just waiting for Ashraz to give me all the answers as usual. A blue gem. All right, cool. We need that. All right, I took it. Wait, hold up. I'm caught in a bear trap. Give me a break. Do I have to like cut my leg off here? What's going on? It let me free. Floor of a room. Bear trap. All right. That was evil. You had to search 8 times in a row. Okay, that kind of makes sense, actually. Open the door. There's a lot of things going on in here, man. Oh, I found a hidden passage. Only took once that time. All right, so it kind of brings us back to the other location. Go straight down. Little corridor here to go back to this room. Everything kind of reconnects, it seems. Wait, what was that? How can I see that the previous messages? Because I think I just killed something. Anything else here that I missed? Honestly, this is kind of fun. Don't ask me why, but I'm enjoying myself at the moment. Now, we haven't seen any stairs to get down out of here, right? Stupid jackal, get out of here, man. Sad feeling for a moment, and then it passes. Control P. In. Control in. Whoa, what did I just do? All right. What is this Z? A zombie? Great. Fantastic. That's the last thing I need right now. I think my kitten must be dead. Come on, Z. Come over here and get in the bear trap. Get over here. Come on. There you go. Boom. Aha. I got level 2 now. Big Edie says, in the battle for Nethack, most signs suggest that Vi is winning and Emacs is losing. I don't know about that. So maybe I need to go and search a little bit at these dead ends and see if I'm missing anything. I'm beginning to feel weak. Do I need to eat something? An uncursed food ration. They're calling that comestibles. That sounds like a Mr. Beast thing. Can I eat? Eat. Eat something. E. What do you want to eat? D. All right, good. I ate the food ration. That's the last one I've got. Is there a wait button to allow them to make a move? Yeah, the dot. I saw something chasing me there. Oh, stupid jackal. Yeah, the S is not working there. Let's go up here to this side. S, S, S. Oh, I found a hidden door. It's locked. Where's the key? Where's my kitten? It must have died. Yeah, I got a sad feeling. Is that what it is? What is that? Kick it in? Can I press K or something? What do I need to do? Is that Control D? Kick a door. I'm sure I should be able to do that, huh? In what direction? Boom! Wow, okay, that's the benefit of being a barbarian, is you can just bust through a door. Like Mr. T. And I just destroyed a sewer rat. What's this little hash? Iron bars, Get out of here, jackal. What is that? A leather jacket. Now we're about to be real cool up in this thing, all right? I'm gonna wear that leather jacket. You're gonna know. I'll be like the Terminator in Terminator 2. So, something you're carrying. Jacket. I don't have any information on those things. Fine. What's the command for wearing it? Let's see. Wear with capital W. W. I want the leather jacket. You're already wearing some armor. I have to take the, give me your jacket. Exactly. So I have to take off the other thing first. How do I do that? Is this nethack.el? No, this is just plain old nethack in the foot terminal emulator. Take off all. Take off capital T. Capital T. I took off my mail. Now I'm going to put on the jacket because I'm a badass. That's the way it has to be. You're now wearing a leather jacket. What I need now are some shades to go along with that. This is the only thing. I'm pressing S to search. I'm not getting anything back. The iron bars, can I kick those? Is that the stairs down? I think we finally found the stairs down at least. All right, iron bars, can I control D? Boom. Ouch, that hurts. I'm gonna break my leg. I don't want to do that. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. All right, let's move on down, okay? Boom. You descended the stairs. What have I got here? That's a mace. You definitely need that. Come on, I'm a barbarian. Okay, so now, what can I do? Look in the inventory. I've got a battle axe, a short sword, and a mace. So battle axe is not wielded. The short sword is the weapon in hand. How do I change the wield? What do you want to wield? Is it K? K is a mace. WK. Now I got the mace in my hand. We're about to go destroy some stuff here. I'm just going to cruise around a little bit, see what I see. I'm moving a boulder. Yet another fool dares to enter my lair. Looks at David's actions. Never mind. This will take care of itself. Did I see something that I missed? Let's pick up some money and a dark potion. That doesn't sound good. Uh-oh. Can I pull a boulder? Let's see. A put on zap. Can I grab something? There's kick and teleport. What if I kick the boulder? Ouch. All right. What we got here? The scroll. What is this? A scroll labeled yum yum. That doesn't really sound good. Is it gonna make some food for me? I swear, we're having quite the adventure here. I need to cast it. Should I cast it? I don't know. It seems a little bit risky. All right, I open the door. What's our H here? Statue of a hobbit and some eggs and a human corpse. It's quite the set of decorations in this room. All right, so I think that I'm if I want to be greedy and take this statue of a hobbit, I need to get some things, get rid of some things. All right, I'm gonna grab the eggs. I'm gonna drop the statue of the hobbit. Where is it? In. All right, get rid of that thing. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, we're back to the boulder again, but we're still blocked. I don't think it matters though. All right, let's head on down. All right, we match back up to this room again. Cut the corpse. Something's in it. That doesn't sound good. Oh, what just happened? Oh no. Sleeping gas trap. But I woke up immediately. Why? Because I'm a barbarian. The trap is still there. Hey, Delaney. You've been backfilling on my Janet Emacs videos. Datastar Rogue UI win. I don't know. That's a good idea, though. I actually started working on a mud in Janet with Datastar when I was on vacation 2 months ago, but I didn't really get super far with it. But I was having fun, though. Datastar 1.0 is a little bit different than the beta and RCs that I tried, but I think that it simplifies some things in a nice way. So I definitely like that part. Right, left pad. You know what they say, there's no I in team, but there are 6 in screw it. I don't care how big the room is, I cast fireball. Okay. AH says, any terminal roguelikes where you don't need Vim navigation key bindings? Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. All right, where was I headed this time? Oh, whoa. What just happened there? You see a 10. You kill the Shrieker. Got it. And what is this thing here in front of me then? A 10. Okay. Can I push it? Can I move it? Can I go diagonally to get around it? I'm stuck. Sort of. Actually, I am stuck because I can't even get from that side either. Let's go here. Ashraz is saying that Nethack has number pad controls also. Okay, that's good. All right, so what's this big F right here? I think that I'm about to get in trouble. What's the F? Statue of a Shrieker. That can't be a good thing, right? Opening the door. Oh, I killed something. You hear water falling on coins. Is this a fountain? We kill this gecko. Fine. Emerald potion. I must need to search here because this is a very suspiciously... What's the B? An acid blob. Let's stay away from that. I don't think it's going to give me the choice. I'm going to end up having to fight it. Oh. I got splashed by the acid. Fantastic. I'm beginning to feel hungry. Yeah. Am I going to eat this acid? A puce potion. Is that supposed to be like puke? So maybe I should cast the yum yum spell. How do I do that? C. So there was cast a spell, capital Z. You don't know any spells? Well, I have a scroll. Do I use a scroll? So, spells you know. Ashraz, tell me, how do I cast a spell from a scroll? I have a scroll labeled Yum Yum, which I'm guessing makes food, but I kind of doubt it. Look, dude, enough with the acid blobs already, all right? That actually looks like a way to go down. Okay, I killed it, good. Keep pressing S. Oh. Okay, I reached level 3 at least. Oh, here we go. I found an alternate path. Oh, the Hobbit is smacking me up here. Let's see. I killed it. There we go. Is this a... Oh, an elven dagger, a poison dart, and 6 darts. Capital Z. Yeah, I don't have any spells. And I don't have anything to zap. What's the... Oh, it's a potion? Yeah. Bubbly potion. Statue of a newt. Figurine of a lichen. A little dart shoots at you. You get hit by a little dart. Great, there's traps here. Let's get out of the room. Okay, another dead end. You want to read the scroll? Thank you. Read. If I had learned to read, I would have found there is a read command. Read. Read a scroll or spell book. Read. M, the Yum Yum spell. A lit field surrounds you. Does that mean I've learned a spell? You don't know any spells. Who the hell knows what just happened? It didn't make any food, but I did find a locked door. I'm going to kick it. Boom. Knocked it open. Okay, lichen, let's go. It's a fountain, and we found the way down. If I quaff... All right. The water gives you bad breath. Did I get some mineral water here? What happened? Ashra says scrolls are single use. I think you can learn from spell books. Okay. Let's just cruise a little bit. I'm hearing the water falling on coins again. There must be something. Oh, I faint from lack of food and I regain consciousness. All right, I got problems here. Can I go eat some corpses? You see here a lichen corpse. Can I eat it? Yes. It tastes okay. You only feel hungry now. You finished eating the corpse. All right, good. Gourmet food here. There's another fountain. You could drink the water. Okay. Yeah, let's drink from it. Tepid water is tasteless. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. And what is this? The plumbing connects it to the floor. Okay, so I think we found what we needed to find here, didn't we? We're going to go down again. Some money. Where do I get to spend this money? Okay. You got to be part of the local economy here. Gurgling noise. Is that my stomach? What was that message? You're beginning to feel weak. Yeah, I got to find some food, dude. Wow, there's some long corridors. Another boulder that I'm pushing out of the way. Wow. The coyote is biting the S out of me right now. I died! Okay, well, that's probably a pretty good time to stop and move on to another game. Do you want your positions identified? Yes, why not? 25 gold pieces. 2 uncursed eggs. I probably should have eaten one of those, but maybe they're raw, so I don't know what would happen to me. Maybe I would get salmonella poisoning or something. An uncursed spell book of Create Familiar. Oh, I should have used that. Uncursed potion of gain ability, levitation, potion of booze. Okay, should have had that one.
Potion of paralysis and blinding. Empty cursed bag of holding. A cursed bag of holding. You know, anything that's marked as cursed, I'm kind of curious to see what would happen if I had ever tried to use it, because that would be quite interesting. The whole point here is to create an interesting story you can laugh about afterward because it's so ridiculous. All right, so we died. That's fine. No problem. Next, we're going to try Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Now, there's a couple things we can do here. Well, let's just put it in the Geek shell, because I don't know what the command is. So, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is one of the games that has an ASCII interface, just like Nethack, but apparently it also has graphical tiles, and there is a version you can play that has graphics. So we might try that and see if it looks any good. We could probably try both if we learn how to launch them. Hello to Proots1311. Found you on YouTube recently. Well, cool. YouTube is a website where I have posted videos. So, crawl tiles. Wow. That looks like a game. Press any key to start. Wow, okay, that's not bad. Posted videos, says left pad. Yes, hundreds of hours of mumbling. Dungeon Crawl, the main game. Choose a seed, tutorial. I don't need no stinking tutorial. Bard fixed single level game mode. That's cool. The arena. All right, let's just click Dungeon Crawl. All right, cool. Select your species. Mountain Dwarf. Strong melee fighters. We're going to go with that. Okay, Mountain Dwarf. Fighter, gladiator, monk. Why are some of them darker? Is it because they are not suggested? I'll go with a fighter. And you have choice of weapons. The flail looks pretty dope, so let's go with the flail. What is your name today? Dave. I'm Dave the Dwarf. So this looks more like what you would probably expect to see from a game. Let's see. Sorry, you're not good enough to have a special ability. Can everybody read this? All right, so it also uses HJKL, apparently. Do I have to? Okay, diagonal. Unseen terrain. Oh, cool. So I can just kind of like hover my mouse over something and it will tell me what it is. Great. Rock walls. Skill check in the first minute. All right. Whoa. I pressed, what was that? O, and it just kind of walked all the way over here. A quokka comes into view. Are we in Australia? What's going on here? Sorry, you're not good enough. That's right. Hey, is it hitting me? Dude. This quokka is trying to get my ass. I'm not going to die to this thing, am I? There we go. God. That was awful. What a harrowing adventure we've already started on here. I hate all the diagonal moves it's making me do here. This is really annoying. Okay. Oh, there's a snake. There's a ball python. Okay. I smacked it once. It's gone. What? A scroll labeled Ununliamo. Okay. Got some money. Got a ring mail. A potion. Can I pick it up? Chainmail. Which is better? Oh no, Python, the mortal enemy of a lisper. Yes. All right, so can I click it to... Okay, left click where? Cool. Armor rating 8 is giving me some stats here, which is good. Encumbrance rating 14. That makes sense. Ring mail, scale mail. Okay. So far, I kind of like the look of this one better. I would probably enjoy playing it more just because it, you know, you can see things. Come on, Hobgoblin. I don't need a Hobgoblin's corpse. Uh-oh. Rats.
Boom. All right. Bye-bye. All right, what are we missing here? Is that a gecko? A frilled lizard comes into view and hisses angrily. Am I gonna die to a lizard? Okay, I killed it. Good. And another snake. Get out of here. This is a pretty big floor here, I think. I don't know if this game just has like larger floors. Short sword. I could take that. Just cruising. Cruising. All right, let's go here. There we are. Okay. Gonna do a little diagonal move there. Potion to drink. Okay, there's the steps down. I'm not gonna go there yet. Oscar says, I hope you're happy. I just started Dwarf Fortress. Hey, I can't be blamed for that, okay? I'm not gonna be blamed for your addiction. Ah, I hate quokkas, dude. So, what is this? Ancient artifacts? What the hell is that thing? A crystal wall? And what is this? A faded altar of an unknown god. Can I worship at it? What did this say? Shift plus left click to pray at an altar. Fedhas, Vehumet, or the Shining One. You can't tell which. Press a corresponding letter to learn more about a god. I like the way that the Shining One sounds. Bound to the code of the Honorable Warrior. Forsaking dark magic and underhanded tactics. That doesn't sound like me. All right, so what about Fedhas? Plant and fungal life. What about Vehumet? Am I pressing B? No. God of destructive powers of magic. I'm a barbarian, dude. Or whatever it is. Leftbat says the minimap is downright sexy. It does look good, doesn't it? Nothing quivered. What is that? 2 stones? Okay, fine. Teleport trap. No. Let's go diagonally, can I? Oh, hold on now. Okay, I've been around here, so let's just go up to one of the exits. If I can get back to one of them. Okay. Whoa, hold on now. I keep pressing like an auto move command by accident. I don't know how I end up finding that. Can I like scroll the map? No, apparently not. There's a door I haven't opened. How are we doing on time here? Okay. I've been here, that's for sure. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that? A barding. Oscar says the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress has adventure mode. Yeah, doesn't it? It's supposed to, right? Or is that new? Oh, that's some money. 18 pieces of gold. I'll take that. There's a lot of stairs down in this place. That's moderately wounded. It smacked me pretty good there. Is that a barrel? A buckler. Okay. The shield, huh? Hey, Abo. Let's see. What else is in here? Hey. Hobgoblin comes into view. Let's hobble him. I reached level 2. Cool. Gaming, not crafting today. Yeah, there's nothing to craft because I've been so busy with things that I haven't even like touched anything recently. All right, let's go down. Now we're in another floor, and I'm already killing bats down here. They really need an exterminator. Whoa, that's some kind of weird slime. Endoplasm freezes you. It keeps pushing me. Get out of here. Oh, man, I'm about to die, dude. This is getting real bad. A cockroach bit me, but does no damage. All right, wait, hold on. What do I got here? A potion of might. A cyan potion. I'm about to start drinking potions, all right? I'm going to quaff that thing. I'm going to drink all of them. Did it tell me what it did? Hello, Treve. Do you use Windows 11 for this game? Of course I do. Quaff. Low hit point warning. I turned into a tree. What happened to me? That's what I get for calling Trev Treve. I'm about to be dead. You cannot move. Yes, because I'm a tree now. How did this happen? The endoplasm freezes me. I'm drinking potions here. And I'm stuck. You die. Yes, well, of course I did, because I got turned into a freaking tree. And I got chased by some frozen slime. This is what you get in these games. Things that you would never imagine yourself saying. They happen to you as if it's just, you know, the most common thing possible. Trev says, I was just about to say some nice stuff about you, how you look great since you quit Monster Energy. I don't know if I look great since I quit Monster Energy. I probably look older and more tired. Delaney says, I'm really curious to know more about Janet, especially with your work on Scheme. Mostly interested in the direct C calls and PEG being native. Go is both too high level and too low. Janet is a very interesting language. I find it to be quite elegant and super convenient because you can easily compile it into a C application. Or just run it dynamically on your own. I was looking into it for like writing lightweight backend applications that use Datastar for front end. It's got a lot of really useful stuff built into the standard library and also into the sort of the Spork extension library. I don't know, it's fun. It's very reminiscent of Clojure, but it's kind of got its own flavor. It does have a lot of Scheme inspiration as well. I don't know, it's worthwhile if you're interested in a Lisp style language. Pretty easy to get started with. Decent docs. I don't know. I feel like the code that I write with Janet is a lot more concise than the Scheme code that I write. So it's fun. I like it. Fade said, what game is this? This is Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, but it's the one that has the tiles. There's a graphical version that has tiles. MDFI, frozen to death by an endoplasm. So if you want to go to your morgue directory, you can go see all your deaths. Dave the Covered. I like that it gives you like a nickname. I don't know exactly why I'm the Covered. I was covered in endoplasm, apparently. Here lies Dave the Covered, frozen to death by an endoplasm. He began as a mountain dwarf fighter on October 3rd, 2025, and he lasted about 8 minutes before he died. A horrible death. So, that's just what happens in this game, apparently. Kind of cool, though. Let me back out of here. I want to play the one that does not have tiles and see how different it is. Okay, the menu still looks pretty good. Basically the same. Dungeon crawl. I want to play a Minotaur this time. Don't ask me why. And maybe this time a Berserker. And maybe this time I'm just going to run around with a freaking hand axe. All right, here we go. Trog says, kill them all. They say the Orb of Zot lies within this dungeon, but they say a lot of things. Nice. Found a marble ring. Found a staircase leading out of the dungeon. All right, cool. Can I use slash like in Nethack? How do I know what things are? C, a ring of magical power. There are no items here. How do I take things? This is going to be much harder to play now. Okay. I can press J to read about the religion in the game. That's cool. Call me Trog from now on. Sounds good. Let's see. Character notes, character dump, question mark, list of commands. Cool. How do I find out what items are? Display character status, show skill screen, show item knowledge, save and exit. Dot is wait a turn. Use staircase. Examine occupied tile is semicolon. And pick up part of a single stack. Ah, item types. Cool. That's nice that they show these here. I for inventory. D for drop an item. Inscriptions. Fire the currently quivered action. Yabo says, Trog is German for trough, though. Okay, good to know. Gold Orb of Zot. Use special ability. Quaff a potion. Okay. You are now empty-handed. Okay. Oh, wow. So that's what, single quote changes the weapon? Oh, okay, cool. So look, it has this little pop-up here that tells you what the things on the screen are. Boom. Trug accepts your kill. Apparently, I'm a zealot, and I'm just like hallucinating. I'm hallucinating that my god is speaking to me as I'm going around and murdering things. B is a giant cockroach. I was expected to be a big C or something, but boom. Trog accepts your kill. I feel like I'm also playing Doom right now. Or Unreal Tournament, potentially. There's a bat. And a quokka. Man, I'm really, like, destroying everything around me here. Trog accepts your kill. You furiously retaliate. You headbutt the quokka. You see that? You headbutt the quokka. How do I pronounce that? Doesn't sound right. I headbutted that something. Oh, the freaking endoplasms. Get out of here. Okay, cool. Your Axis skill reaches level 4. You have reached level 2. Because I killed the endoplasm this time rather than it killing me. I see that I have a health meter up here. That's useful. K is Kobold. Yes, he actually has no ability to kill me. Okay, I see here. You found a scroll with a weird name. I think that's because you haven't identified the scroll yet. Another scroll that I picked up, apparently. Okay, we're moving now. Headbutt the quokka sounds like a new TikTok dance. It does sound like that. You're right. It's going to be all the rage after Trev invents the dance and then goes and makes a TikTok video about it. It's just got one of those names, you know. A quokka comes into view. Man, get out of here. That thing moves so fast. It's twitching its whiskers at me very menacingly. All right, I headbutted him into oblivion once again, which is what it deserved, honestly. The endoplasm quivers. I don't want to hear that. That's so disgusting. The last thing I need is having a quivering endoplasm coming after me. I will already say, though, that this is a lot more entertaining than Nethack. All right, get out of here. What is this? Another bow? 4 stones. Okay. So I'm just destroying endoplasms this time. There's 3 jackals. Boom. I headbutted the jackal. I'm just headbutting everything. Why am I not even using the hand axe? A hobgoblin. Get out of here, dude. Bat. You can call upon Trog for regeneration and willpower. The ball python hisses angrily. Yeah, well, get over here. Oh, it constricted me. Well, I killed it at least. That was a little bit close. Another scroll. Character just defaults to headbutting everything. Yeah, that is pretty awesome, actually. I can get behind that. To this guy, everything is a volleyball. I smacked him up pretty good there. All right. Another kobold. Where are you, dude? A dagger? Maybe I'll grab the dagger. I don't know. Yaba says, to be fair, a Minotaur is probably a fearsome headbutter. That's true. That's true. You got to give them credit. Scale mail. I haven't become over encumbered yet, which is surprising. Are these stairs that go down? Stone staircase leading. Let's go down. I'm curious. Short sword. I'm sticking with the hand axe. Whoa, there's a rat. I feel like I have a better understanding of what's going on in this game. Like the interface is more comprehensible because it gives you a lot of hints about what's happening. Something that I appreciate, at least. Because Nethack is pretty inscrutable. You found a book of dreams, and then there is an adder that's asleep and a bat that's wandering. Okay. You furiously retaliate. You headbutt the bat. So it's basically like the counterattack is you just start headbutting everything around you. And then the python comes. Okay, there's way too much in here now. There's a cockroach and 2 pythons. Increased strength, of course. You feel stronger. I'm poisoned. You feel sick. You are no longer poisoned. Thankful. I'm thankful for that. Should I eat the cockroach corpse? No, 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 no. Capital E. Zot will find you in 11,000 turns if you stay in this branch and explore no new floors. So basically, he's coming for you. What's here? A dagger? Okay, fine. Don't need that. What a room. I'm just beating everything up here. The frilled lizard bites you. Bites you. All right, cool. Yeah, I need to eat something. I'm pretty sure. List of commands. Quaff a potion. How do I eat? Pick up items. Context sensitive help. Huh. All right. Is that a potion? Coppery potion. Another scroll. There's a bat and a goblin in here. Bats are no match for me now. We're going to keep going down. Let's just keep going. Because why not? We're a fearsome warrior. And that's a bombardier beetle. It sprays incendiary fluid at me. All right, now I've reached level 4. That's great. I feel agile. Great, okay. I found a smoky pink potion. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so we got a kobold again. And a snake. Adder's almost dead. Now we got a goblin coming in. Okay, can I kill it? Sounds icky, I agree. Trog accepts your kill. Trog accepts your kill again from headbutting the kobold. Ah, I really cleared that room out. All right, some gold. What's that J? Found a mace. Endoplasm misses you. Okay. Yeah, the endoplasms don't stand a chance this time. What is that? Oh, it's 2 orcs? That doesn't sound good. I'm going to go down. Bye. Ooh, a falcon? That sounds good. The shadow imp gestures at you. Apparently, that is a dangerous dude. I'm going to grab this falcon. Can I, shouldn't be wasting moves. Nice, you can actually select the item and then do an action, so wield. I'm gonna smack him up a little bit here. Yeah, I headbutted him again. Cool, alright. Level 5. Hobgoblin comes into view. Yeah, get out of here, dude. And a kobold. Kobolds are throwing stones in here. Man, this hobgoblin's not going down easy. Now, what does this mean? Staircase to the Ecumenical Temple. That sounds unusual. Wow, what is in here? 2 transporters. You climb downwards. Welcome to the Ecumenical Temple. You found 8 altars. Found a staircase back to the dungeon. Glowing silver altar of Zen and glowing altar of the Shining One. Transporter. Wow. Bloodstained altar of Trog. Can I go? Interlevel travel. Choose a branch. Use a shortcut letter for a branch to select a branch for travel. Did you see that Bill Shakespeare quote? I did not. There's a transporter. How do I use it? Anybody know? How do I go in this transporter? Ah, okay. So, interesting. You go down like it's a stair. Okay. And how do I pray to an altar? Because this is my altar right here, Trog. Religion. I have no idea. Oh, okay, you go down to offer a prayer. I'm praying, Trog. Give me something. You're useless, Trog. All right, we're going back up now. Fine. We're back into it. In a moment, we'll stop, though, because I want to do one last game before we're done for the day. We're just going to keep on going down until we get murdered. That's the best way to play, I think. Escape hatch in the ceiling. It's curious. Cool. I'm poisoned. I'm poisoned. You feel sick. I'm gonna be dead probably. You feel very sick. What we got in the inventory? I'm gonna start drinking some potions. Oh, William Shakespeare. Uh-huh. Potions. A coppery potion. I'm gonna quaff it. Potion of heal wounds. You feel much better. You feel sick. Fine. Okay, I killed it that time. What's my status effects? You no longer feel poison? Great. Who are you? I headbutted the hound and reached level 5. And it's a water moccasin. Low hit point warning. Okay. Let's go to inventory and drink another random potion. How about the smoky pink potion? Potion of curing. You feel better. Okay, did a little bit of work there. This is definitely not a Let's Play channel. This is more of a let's... You die. That's fine. It was about time for me to die anyway. That's what I had in my inventory. Scrolls of poison, vulnerability, torment, a potion of magic, a potion of invisibility. Nice. Okay, I had more of a success that time. Trev says, let's waste time before dinner channel. That is kind of what it is, actually. It's true. Dave the Chopper. They should have called me Dave the Headbutter because that's what I was doing. I was just headbutting fools left and right. And it felt good, I gotta tell you. I would rather just go through a game headbutting everyone because I feel like that's just the most badass way to go and cut your way through the dungeon. It's just headbutting every snake and lizard and kobold and ectoplasm that you come across. You just be a total menace, basically, for the dungeon ecosystem. Slain by a water moccasin. So pitiful, I have to say. I lasted 17 minutes. This is bad, though, I have to say. And the reason why it's bad is because it was actually pretty fun, and I would play that again. Okay, next one is called Harmonist. This is relatively new. This is a stealth roguelike. Elephant Ergo says, which one is this one? That one was called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Oh, Harmonist 050. I thought they had actual art on this game, not just ASCII characters. Oh boy. I swear to God, I saw actual art for this game. So, Harmonist game. Stealth coffee break roguelike game. Sounds like my kind of thing. Heavy focus on tactical positioning. Yeah, it did, Trev. We played it a moment ago, but then I did the console version too. They have the source code up on Codeberg for this one. Let's see. Oh, it's written in Go. That's funny. Browser, colors, check the documentation, command line options, -R. Let's quit. Q. Save and quit. Now. Full screen. No animations. This is not the graphical version. Oh, fan art? Whatever. How do you get the graphics to show up? Both graphical tiles and terminal ASCII versions. How do you start it? Oh, come on, man. Your friend Shadra got captured by nasty people from the Daoria clan while she was trying to retrieve a powerful Magara artifact that was stolen from the great Magara specialist Maravor Helith. This is all like gibberish names. As a Gawalt monkey, you don't understand much why people complicate so much their lives caring about artifacts and the like, but one thing is clear, you have to rescue your friend somewhere to be found in the underground area controlled by the Daoria clan. Oh boy, that didn't sound good. If what you heard the guard say is true, Shadra is imprisoned on the 8th floor. Yes, Ashraz, I am winning on the specific niche of Harmonist roguelike streams. You are small and have good night vision, so you hope the infiltration will go smoothly. You can build a graphical version. Maybe they didn't build the graphical version in Geeks. Whatever. Okay, so we're in the game, right? I'm going to move around. You're standing over a story message. All right, so evoke, interact, examine, X. It's a message. It can be read. This is you, see you, the monkey named See You. Okay. You can hover over things. You can hide under the table so that only adjacent creatures can see you. Okay, so this really is a stealth game. You can hide under tables. It is flammable. You can hide just behind it. Closed door blocks your line of sight. Doors open automatically when you or a creature stand on them. It is flammable. Cool. And what is this sun? Is that a light source? Campfire illuminates surrounding cells. Creatures can spot you in illuminated cells from greater range. That's kind of cool. And I think this lit here means that, yeah, you're in a lit cell, and H means you're hidden. That's awesome, dude. It's got full vision, visibility mechanics. You don't know what's in here. Oh, you can hear a noise. That's why it's a musical note. Uh-oh. Who's that? A dog. And if you get to the table, you hide under the table. That's sick, dude. I like that. What does this mean? Shallow water? Uh-oh. The dog notices you. The dog barks. I'm going to hide under the table now. Can I press dot to wait the next turn? Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And what does the orange tile mean? Okay. What's up, Banana Spy? Good to see you. So, Kyle, this is a roguelike stealth game called Harmonist, which actually seems pretty cool. I literally just started playing it like 2 minutes ago. I won't have much time to play it either, but it's kind of dope. Activating this magical stone will lignify. What's ligma? Oh, it didn't say ligma. It said ligna. Don't answer that question. All right, let's see. I don't know, dude. I'm not going to touch that. What does this question mark do? A message. It can be read. Can I read it with R? How can you read a message? How do magnets work? What's so funny, Trev? What's so funny? I know what's funny. All right. Closed door. Yeah, sure. They keep telling me that doors are flammable. As if I'm supposed to use this information somehow. There's a blinking frog. Big frog-like creatures. Okay. So a blinking frog is a frog-like creature. You didn't know a frog is kind of like a frog. Apparently in this game world. You were standing over a tree stone. The comic key does nothing. Look, I gotta get out of here, dude. I gotta get out of here. I like that you can see the light or the visibility of the squares. Magnets work by means of miracles. Yes, I guess so. Got a little light source here. Do the orange tiles mean that they're lit? Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's not lit because now it doesn't say lit at the bottom. Whoa. I feel like I'm playing a very weird version of Splinter Cell. You see a queen stone. Where am I going, dude? You can't move there. Where can I move? Whoa. There's a guard resting. Is that what the G is? Can I, like, go smack him around a little bit? Queen Rock amplifies sounds. Even though you're usually very silent, monsters may hear your footsteps walking. Well, we're about to find out. Uh-oh, the guard hits you. I woke him up. I think I can't actually fight. Uh-oh, the guard caught me under the table. All right, look, I hit on the table. I'm waiting to see if he'll go away. He's looking for me. I see him. Look at that. He's kind of wandering around. Is he going to tell me? Like, I don't hear any music like you would hear in Metal Gear Solid whenever the guard is chasing you. When's he going to leave? Bye. Go do something else. Bye. Get out of here. Now, where am I going to go? Okay. We made it into... He's got a long shift. Yeah, he got a long shift. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this. Critical HP warning. X to continue. Okay, be careful then. I'm trying. What's going on? Okay, I gotta get out of here. I'm totally stuck, dude. So wait. I hide under the table, and I wait, and the guard's just standing there. He knows I'm there. Pitiful death. You die. You died while exploring Depth 1 of the Diarrhea clan's domain. You did not rescue Shedra. Yo, no shit. You did not recover the gem portal artifact. You spent 221 turns in Haruka's Underground. You explored level 1 out of 11. Well, I'll tell you what. I find it to be quite intriguing, but at the same time, if I can't fight, then I'm just kind of like hiding under tables and running out of rooms. But I guess that's a stealth game. I need like some sleeping darts and maybe some loud stones to throw across the room to attract people to the locations I want them to be at. Maybe this game has stuff like that. I like the idea though. I would play this more. I would prefer to play it with the graphics because the text version is a little bit annoying. But I guess they don't have it in the Geeks package. Actually, let's find out. I'm curious. Harmonist. Where's the code? Boom. All right. A lot of Go compilation here. I don't see anything being removed. Oh, Harmonist SDL. That's why, because I put the wrong one in. Let's see. So if I were to go Geeks Shell Harmonist-SDL, Harmonist, that should give me graphics, I think. Once it finally downloads and installs everything. We'll try this for just a minute, then I gotta get off the stream. All right, here we are. There's actually a window. Does it fit? All right, it fits. Press question mark for help on keys or use the mouse and buttons. So it's effectively the same UI. Just with, you know, sprites here and there. It's okay, I guess. Maybe better, but still kind of grainy, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe it's better. So far, it's going a little bit better this time. Oh, but no. I thought I saw a guard, but it was me. Can you hide in grass? That's cool. What is this thing? It's a dog, okay. And what is that? A barrel stone. Activating this magical stone will teleport you away to a barrel in the same level. And what is this? A butterfly? Oh, they're like moving lights. That's a good mechanic. Question mark. Interact. Oh, E. Wow. Okay, I got teleported over here to a barrel. That's kind of sick. I climbed into a tree. I'm kind of like a cat. Is this a breakable wall? Only very small creatures can pass through here. Difficult to see. It's diggable by auric destructive magic. Apparently I can get through there. And I took a banana. I think this is a little bit more satisfying to play compared to the ASCII version. Do I want to jump into the abyss? Dangerous. No, I don't want to do that. No jump then. Yeah, you just told me not to. Of course I'm not going to do it. You hear a creep noise. There's a farmer worm or ugly creeping creatures. I don't want that. Banana Fly says, yes, I couldn't tell what on earth was happening in the ASCII version. No, I couldn't either, to be honest. So I'm going to ligmify the monsters that are in sight here. I'm going to press E. There are no suitable monsters. Peter says, with all the tree interaction, maybe play a druid next game. In this game, they don't let you pick classes. You're just like a guy wandering around. What is this thing? Tiny harpy. Well, I'm staying out of there. I'm not going there. Whoa, what the hell just happened? You jump by propelling yourself against the wall. What the hell? Whoa, dude. So, it's like Mario 64 here. You can jump and bounce off the wall to jump over somebody. If somebody's chasing you, you can totally just like flip off the wall. You can't jump while exhausted. Okay, well, you gotta like have banana power here apparently because I have 2 out of 4 bananas. Need to eat one before sleeping in barrels. Okay. So apparently in this world, if you want to sleep, especially in a barrel, you have to eat a banana first because apparently it requires a lot of potassium for some reason. Maybe because in the barrel, it's very bad for you. And you got to make sure that you're up on your nutrition. That plus the stealth elements makes me think of Sekiro. Yeah, Sekiro was a pain in the ass. Okay, here we go. You hear a creep noise. I hear that every time I walk into a room. You no longer feel exhausted. I keep jumping against walls by accident. What is chasing me? Oh, it's this little light guy. Anyway, okay, look. This is pretty cool. I do like the idea. I don't like the fact that it automatically makes you jump off of walls, though. Because I'm just trying to walk, okay? I don't want to, like, jump off every wall that I come in contact with. You see a Magara of swapping. You see a teleport stone. You see a sensing stone. What is that? All right. Uh-oh, who's this dude? Come here, guard. I'm going to jump over your head, buddy. Check it out, dude. Boom. You got. Oh, no. I'm stuck. What am I going to do here? I'm caught in between 2 people. The guard hit me for 1 damage. I'm running. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to climb in the tree. You're not finding me, buddy. The guard watches you from below. He's like, what are you doing up there? Okay, keep watching. Are you going to stay there forever? Oh, God. Now, look, I got 3. They got reinforcements here. They were just standing around the tree waiting for me to jump out. I'm going to go left. Bye. Can you catch me? Can you hit me while I'm running? That's what I want to know. And the harpy comes. Great. Fantastic. I'm not getting out of this one alive. That's for sure. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh. Ah, shit. I jumped over his head. All right. Now I'm under the table. Maybe it's safe. You can see little footprints here because people are walking around outside. They're about to come through the door. Yeah, this guy came in. Is he going to find me under the table? Is he going to have the little exclamation point above his head? No. Oh, he found me, dude. I'm dead. Where did I go? I'm about to get killed by the harpy here. I died. All right, whatever. All right, that was cool. Kind of interesting.
You died while exploring Depth 1 of the Diarrhea clan's domain. You did not rescue Shedra. You did not recover the gem portal artifact. You spent 365 turns in Harika's underground. Okay. I would like it if it would give some more detail. Like, you got your ass kicked by a harpy because you got beaten up by guards and by climbing up trees and going into barrels and hiding under tables. I need some kind of snarky nickname that insults me for how poorly I did. That seems to be the common case for games like this, so we really need to have that feature added. I would feel a lot better if I got properly insulted for my bad performance in a game like this. All right, okay. Banana Spice says, who is the Diarrhea clan? Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's a pretty poor fantasy naming choice there. Then it would be Dwarf Fortress. Yes, Dwarf Fortress, if we were to play that game on here, we would be in real trouble, I think. Okay, I'm over time. I got to get out of here. Hopefully that was fun and interesting. I mean, we saw a few games that are available in Geeks if you want to play those. I don't know what I'm going to do next week because I'm kind of like low on ideas. So if you got any interesting thoughts on what I could do on stream next Friday, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the IRC, on the forum, whatever. I'll probably see it. Maybe I will. Trev says, thanks for stopping by, David Will. Yeah, thanks, buddy. You just keep calling me out for not being around. You're right. I haven't been around. Sorry. I'll try better, okay? I'll try harder this week to be in the IRC, all right? I just got to remember to open up my client so that I see the messages that are happening. I always see it whenever you're crying that I'm not there, though, Trev. Invite us to your morning scrums? No. I'd actually have morning scrums. Let me tell you one thing. The one thing that's good about this job is I have 2 meetings per week. Can you believe that? 2. Okay? It's literally like an hour and a half a meeting. That's it. I don't want to say it too much, though, because the universe is going to hear me, and it's going to change that. So I'll just say it's kind of calm. It's better than what it used to be. Ashra says, Harmonist is pretty awesome. I would play that again. All right, anyway. Thank you all for your time and attention. I really appreciate you all being here today. Leave a note in the comments if you have any thoughts for what I should do next time. And until next time, happy hacking. See ya.